Hello, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome in. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Kat. I am the Nurse Flipper. I'm joined by my co-host, Sonny, Las Vegas. Next to me, below me, two new guests again. We had two new guests last week that hadn't been here before. We are doing it again. I have Steph sells stuff by the Seashore and David from Active Apparel Zone. So I am going to make both of them big, let them introduce themselves to you, tell you where you can find them, and then we will get to the questions. Get your questions in early. We have 10 already. We haven't started. So make sure you get them in early if you want to make sure they get answered. And here is Miss Steph.
I'm first. Well, first of all, I have to say that Kat was the first to actually encourage me to go live on YouTube. She told me one day, just do it. I was putting off trying to make everything perfect. I wanted to have everything perfect, like I was doing some kind of actual show. And she said, you just got to do it. And as soon as you do it, you'll have 200 people that will come and subscribe. And so I came and I did it. So I actually have Kat to thank, who gave me the actual courage to finally do it. But before that, I started on eBay in 1999. So when people were sending me checks and in the mail, and then I've done it off and on since then, but I have since completely gone over to YouTube Lives, and that's where I am now. So Steph sells stuff by the Seashore on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, but I don't really go on those very much. So YouTube and Instagram. I mean, YouTube and eBay.
Perfect. Here's David.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is Dave Pelayo. I've been selling on eBay since I was like 13 years old, but I've been only doing YouTube, for like 5 years, off and on. But I've been very serious about my social media probably for like the last year, and just been growing that quite a bit. I'm on Active Apparel Zone on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Active Apparel Zone on eBay as well. And I take everything pretty seriously when it comes to like social media and eBay, and I just try to document my journey as I go. So yeah, guys, if you guys want to see more of what I got going on, it's probably going to be linked somewhere around here. And I'm happy to be on this podcast.
Perfect. All right. Dun, dun, dun. We got a super sticker before we started. Alex Gray sent $3. So thank you. What am I going to do? I'm not breaking. It's too early to break people into the craziness. So I'm either of the crazy. I'm just going to do my octopus. Okay, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I talked to Gino earlier. Is Gino in here yet? He might not be in here yet. Gino made all my super chats. The majority.
Somebody just mentioned them. They went shopping with them. His bestie.
Oh, probably Barbara.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Barbara. They were down south. I'm going down to Fort Pierce this weekend. I'm staying in Jensen Beach. I don't know if Bridget will be on here. Actually, one of my viewers lets me use her Airbnb, and we're going to a rodeo on Saturday, so that should be fun. All right. Cindy said, for those of you who cross-post, do you change the price of the listing depending on what platform you're listing on?
And Steph, I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah,
that's a pass for me because I have completely kind of focused only on YouTube Lives at this point and eBay. So to filter in all the rest, I tried. I just couldn't focus. This is not a light comment. I have very ADHD medicated, diagnosed, and it's just to have all those, I can't do it. So I'm a one focus platform.
I personally only sell on eBay, but I have heard a lot of people, depending on what item it is, to change the price on what it is, because on Poshmark, certain stuff is going to sell better over there. So maybe you can ask a little more, but it just depends item to item. But for the most part, you can just put a flat price on anything if you cross post it,
Yeah. No, I didn't. Kat, I'll be right back.
Go, I'll answer. Go.
Sure.
So I think everybody knows I cross post. I use List Perfectly. I've been using them for, hey, Sonny. Sonny said, I'm leaving. I'm making myself big. Watch me go. So I cross post to Mercari, Posh, and Etsy. Very, very few on Etsy. I have 400 listings on Etsy and 8,600 on eBay. So I'm very particular about what goes to Etsy. I used to increase my price for Etsy by like 20-25%. Stuff will sell higher there. And then I got tired of doing the math. And I'm just like, I want the price I want. And Etsy fees are actually lower than eBay. So if it being lower will help it sell faster on Etsy, I just leave everything the same. A lot of people price up for Posh because you get a lot of lowball offers on Posh. So they'll some people will even double it because people like to send half offers. I personally don't, just because the ease of leaving the price. I'm not trying to, like I said, do math and calculate. So I typically just leave mine the same across the board. I'm choking, of course, when Sonny runs away. Kathleen wants to know if any of us have tried the AI model in Photo Room for listing clothes. We're so mixed up. It's driving me crazy. Okay.
I hope this doesn't cause any controversy, but I am vehemently opposed to all the AI features. And I can't stand, even in eBay, if I see an eBay description that's been put in by AI, I don't want to. I'm old school.
I think a lot of people share that.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, but I think a lot of people do.
Well, I will not purchase if it's an obvious AI description. I don't purchase.
Yeah, I personally don't use AI too much right now, but I think in the future is going to be a lot better. But right now, I don't really use it too much. But in terms of the AI model for the photo room, I personally have never used that. So I think it just separates the background, right, in the pictures. I think that's mainly what it is. But I think if you have a nice little photo station that has a nice background, I don't think there's any need to edit anything, right? But some people might not have that, so if they want to use that, maybe they can give it a shot.
So if you know me, I'm very heavy using AI. We create all of our listings with AI. We only take the photos, and List Perfectly's AI Express Lister creates the title, the description. Gino's here. Title, description, as well as the specifics for us. And I feel like there's not as many people anti-AI. I've always been pro-AI, even when I feel like 75% of the people were like, no, because eBay's AI sucks, okay? It just sucks. You'll know the paragraph, the bull.
And that's the AI I'm talking about. I know no other AI. That's the one I'm opposed to.
Yeah, if you look at mine, List Perfectly, and I'm good friends with the owners of List Perfectly. Trish, the marketing director for List Perfectly, is one of my best friends. I beat her at go-kart racing last Friday in Orlando, by the way. But anyways, they developed it just for resellers. So it does bulleted facts basically about the item. It's not a bunch of fluff and BS about it. So I like that. And I have tried the AI model in Photo Room, and what they're talking about, it will put your clothes on a person. So your t-shirt.
Really?
Yeah, you can pick a male, a female. You can pick what race they are. You can pick different lengths of hair. And I did it for a couple of my necklaces, and I actually showed it on a woman and a man. But that for me is a little far. And I like Photo Room, but I like it. I'll put a desert background for my Native American pieces, but only ones that are high dollar. I'm not going to spend the extra time to do that unless we're talking about $200+ piece, that I'm like, this will help it sell more. But if I'm busy, I'm not going to do it. I do like solid white backgrounds. Okay, Alex, I see you.
Do they take into consideration, do you put in the measurements before they put it on a person, or?
So we use AI for measurements. We use Smart Sizer on the iPhone, and it measures everything for us. And it's pretty accurate. We've been using it for probably a year now. So we show a photograph with the measurements. I feel like when you put it on an AI person, it gets to look like a stock photo. And like you being anti-AI, I'm anti-stock photos. I want to see the actual item that I'm buying. Yes, I don't want to see stock photos. That's like a big thing for me. I don't use stock photos at all. And I think the AI models almost look like stock photos, because you're throwing it on this model person. And I don't know. I think with some of the higher dollar jewelry where they can see it, like where it sits on the neck and things like that, I think it's good. But other than that, I'm not a big AI model because I think it makes it look like the stock photos. All right. Elena is very long-winded tonight. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys don't know, Treasure Diva Thrifts, check out her channel. She's one of my in-person thrifting buddies. Even we haven't went thrifting in months, Elena. We need to go. She said, has anyone had a problem with an international buyer not being able to buy a particular item for no reason? eBay had me cancel international shipping, then reload it. I still had a problem and ended up making a very generic listing for a comforter set. So it wasn't like a knife or perfume. Some makeups I know are banned in different countries, and put it in the description and it went through. So have you ever had that happen where international sales wouldn't go through? I know you're not selling on there now, but when you did.
When I did, no, I did not have that happen. But pretty consistently, they're adding far too many fees that I just lost a box sending it to Canada because of what the fees were on the other end and what the fees were for me to get my stuff back. So it's just lost in the abyss now, and I have cut out international shipping completely. Sadly, I was always happy to ship worldwide, and I'm not going to send my stuff out and lose it. My stuff, my original, investment, and not get paid for it, and then pay to get it back. Mm-mm.
I've never really had too much of a problem with international shipping. The only thing that did happen recently with that was that Levi's took down a bunch of my listings, like 8 of them, because I had them as international shipping. So I just shut down all the international shipping for all my Levi's stuff, and I have a lot. I have like hundreds of listings of just Levi's. That's the only problem I kind of had. In terms of global shipping, it's a little different. Like global, it's just like a mess, but I don't get too much global orders outside of the eBay international shipping program. So yeah, I haven't had anything like that happen.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Guys, Sonny had to leave.
Right now.
Sonny had to leave. He had something he had to do. So Marsha's going to fill in for Sonny. So Marsha's now Sonny. So Marsha, she said her listing wouldn't ship when she had it as a comforter. She's asking if you've ever had anything that it wouldn't let an international sale go through on.
No, I use the international program, so
she does too. She had to make it a generic one. I've never ran into that. I know with like knives and like I said, some perfume and makeup. I sell Levi's, not a ton, David, but I didn't know that. I have it on mine, but I haven't seen any of mine get down. Gino, if you were in the chat, please check your text. I sent you a text on your phone, sir. Please
was
check
it a down comforter maybe? They wouldn't take it because of the feathers in it or something?
I don't know. And if you guys don't know, Marcia is Red Cardinal Treasure. She is my main moderator here on the live chats every Tuesday. So you see her in the chat all the time, but she does come on the panel with us. Oh, Silver Lining Life saying it's new Levi's. So you can sell used Levi's internationally? Okay.
I think you can.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. Miss Barbara, if you're there, call Gino. Somebody make Gino read his text messages. Okay. Lala said, what platform do you live sell on? I've been approved for knickknacks and have not tried it. She's saying she did Whatnot before.
I was supposed to be part of the first grand opening of Whatnot, and something held me back. I love shopping on Whatnot. I will say it's fun, but after being on YouTube lives, it's just more my style. Just the fact of seeing more of the chat, it's more a personal experience. I have a hard time just kind of blasting through items, and I don't think I'm capable. I do a lot of talking, so it's a lot of coming and hanging out and buying stuff at my lives. So I have it on my list. It's been on my list. Maybe once a week busting in there and doing the 30-second sales, but I'm all YouTube live.
I didn't know YouTube Live, you could sell stuff. You can do it. Really? Wow.
You can go on your channel. I will warn you, like if you have your main one like I do, doing a lot of live sales will hit your metrics and like bump you down in the algorithm. So if you wanted to do it, I would do it like make a like Active Apparel Zone live sales or something channel and then direct everybody there. But the hard part about it is because I used to do a lot of them, I don't do anymore. When you do that, you have to invoice everybody yourself. There's nothing automatic. So like you're PayPal invoicing everybody.
Oh, dang.
Sorry for interrupting.
But I don't find that hard. I put everybody in alphabetical order. I blast through it. It takes me like an hour per sale to invoice.
It's not bad.
I don't have a problem with the invoicing part.
Yeah, I'm like mainly selling on eBay, but I did try Whatnot and it went really well. It's just a different business, you know, doing like live selling compared to like selling on eBay. But I personally, if I had to pick one, maybe Whatnot, just because it's easy to use. But I mean, I just found out about YouTube Live right now. But I'd probably try that one out if I were to do more live selling, you know.
You have a lot more. I think you have a lot more room to, like, you can maybe feel it out on YouTube, and then if you're comfortable, then blast into Whatnot. Whatnot just seems a different level to me. Like you're just boom, 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 boom. It's just very fast. Yeah. And I can't shut up about my items, so I love what I'm selling. So I talk about my items while I sell. So Whatnot isn't conducive for that.
I've sold on Whatnot, and I haven't done it for a while, but I have sold on Whatnot. I'm approved for Didbit and Knickknacks, but have not done either one of those yet either. One of these days.
Yeah, so I have sold on YouTube Live. I have sold on Whatnot. Yes, and Dalton had to run back and wave goodbye. He's going to bed. I also do knickknacks. I want to do commons. I just have way too many irons in the fire. So I have my employee. She does the Whatnot lives for me now. She probably talks more than me. So Steph, I think Whatnot is conducive if you find the right people that are willing to listen to you talk. Me, time is money, and I'm selling an item every 15 seconds. I'll talk to you, but you're going to be buying something. And I can hold conversations. I can answer the chat. And a lot of that's doing this podcast for over 5 years. I'm used to the fast chat and I can watch it. But a lot of people, it takes time to kind of build that up. But I love like knickknacks, commons as well. Kevin Commonwealth Pickers District is really good as well. And I would say if you're just starting on a platform, like your District ones like Knickknacks and Commons are going to be easier because you get their audience. You're getting that YouTube creators audience. So you're getting Jocelyn's Crazy Lamp Ladies, or you're getting Kevin's Commonwealth Picker. I talked about doing one for linens. I just have not, like, I am stretched so thin. It's not funny. I haven't put a video out on my second channel for like 3 months now. It's been a long time. I'm going to try. But I've just got so many things going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. I would try all of them though, honestly, because you might fit well on one and not another. Like Whatnot takes time to build up your followers. If you don't have a social media presence and you don't have amazing items you're willing to let go for cheap, I wouldn't recommend Whatnot because you need one or the other. And then, Dibdit is one of Kevin's as well on District. And then there are a couple, like Lily has a jewelry District. So there are a lot of them out there. And that, I feel like the District platforms help you gain an audience faster because you're using somebody else's audience versus Whatnot. You have to build your own. Steph, I know you're saying only one, but for me, like with the YouTube lives where I had to create the invoices, I had to send them the PayPal request. I had to chase them if they didn't pay, which does happen. I would prefer to pay Whatnot or, District the percent, and they do all the billing.
I didn't know District did that too.
They do. It's beautiful. And it really saves so much time and so much headache because you're getting paid. And depending on what items you're doing, it doesn't matter if you talk about them. And if your people are already following you and then you'd have automated, and I would think about it. I really would, because it would really simplify, like it streamlines it. You're paying them a percent to invoice your customers for you, so you don't have to deal with it. That's the nice thing.
Well, it is on my list, sitting here haunting me every single. I have a couple people that remind me about once a week. When are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? So it's going to happen.
Yeah, see, Becky's saying she goes slower on Whatnot than most do. She likes in the chat. And I'll tell you, my employee talks a lot more than I do. She goes slower than I do. Marcia used to moderate for me when I was doing them, and I could sell 100 items in 2 hours. Like I was done. Boom.
Yeah, that's
items sold.
Very appealing to me.
I got it down to about an hour and 45 minutes for 100. So.
Yeah. And I mean, it depends, and some people like Sam and Adam, Jolie Flips. Sam likes to talk a lot about her items too, same way. And I think you're going to get people that are like me that like, I want to see it fast. I'm not going to lie. I won't sit there and listen to you talk. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Because again, time is money and I don't have the luxury of a lot of time, unfortunately. So for me, and the same thing with music, like I hate music, but some people like music, and I think you just have to let your buyers and your viewers find you. That's the main thing. All right. Silver Lining Life says, I've got a YouTube channel and I want to start interviewing people, but not live. What are software options?
I mean, you can do it in YouTube if that's what you want to do, and you just postpone when it's actually posted. But you can. I think you can do one other person now on YouTube without StreamYard. But I use StreamYard. So that I can have up to 10 people, and plus all the other features it gives you. But I think just plain YouTube, you can now have another person if you only want to do one interview with one person.
There's a couple you can use, but
you just save
like
it. You save it and then post it later.
Yeah, you just download it and you can post it later. And like you can even do something through Zoom where you can save it. Like there's so many options to just record, and then post it later. And a little cheap webcam or just the camera on your phone or on the computer works great.
I don't do live, so I can't help you. Sorry.
So StreamYard that we're on now does that very well. I know I use it. They did go to paid. I'm bad. I don't even know what it is, but I use it. I actually use StreamYard to record all my videos. So because I do screen share to show like different products. There's another one. Maybe somebody will put it in the chat. I don't like change. So I've used StreamYard for 5 years. I'm like, okay, I'll pay a little bit more just because it's what I know. And I think they probably bank on that. You know, they're like, oh, we've got all these people that have been using it for years.
But I am exactly the same, but I have ventured into trying others, and they are more complicated. They're not as
user friendly.
StreamYard is the easiest.
Okay.
StreamYard is for sure the easiest just to walk in on and start doing it.
Yeah. I want to put this up here. Picking with the pages said I lost my rear on Whatnot. So I don't know. It depends on how long you guys have been watching me. In 2022 and 2023, I sold over $250,000 on Whatnot both years. So $500,000 between the 2 years.
Wow.
But and the first year was friggin' amazing. The second year, I was spending like 175,000 to make 250, and I'm like, this is not worth it to me, you know. And I stopped, and I didn't do Whatnot for over a year. So now my business model is I buy the jewelry lots. I'll pull any pieces worth $50 or more. They go to eBay. And then I give the rest to Shannon. She will lot them up and make little sets. She's more fashionable than me. I'm not. So she'll put like earrings and a necklace and a bracelet as a set so it sells better. But I was losing a lot of money myself at the end of myself when I was doing it before my employee was doing it. You got to be very careful. People want it cheap on there. They're used to it being cheap, and you're not going to get eBay prices. But if you can turn $1 into $2 over and over and over, if you're turning over enough, you're going to make more than you are on eBay with it sitting for a month, 3 months, 6 months. Rod did like the math, and you're better to get half the money and turn it over faster than you are to let it sit. I'm okay letting it sit. I have a ton of space. I'm fine with it sitting, but not everybody is. But I used to tell everybody, like, you almost have to lose money unless you have some amazing source, you know, to build up your audience on Whatnot. Because you're gonna, until you get more bidders and the bids go up, you're gonna not do well. All right. Oh, this is a scary question. Debbie wants to know, have any of us moved our business across the country? And you guys can answer her in chat as well. She's considering moving from central New York to Florida. So have you had to move your business at all?
eBay, I have taken everywhere I've ever gone. Yes. So I have, yes. I did eBay started in Los Angeles. I did it in New Orleans. I've done it in New York. I've done it in Michigan, Ann Arbor, Michigan. I just take it with me wherever I go, and there's no changes. It's just the same.
How was it moving though? Like moving there.
Well, I don't have a big warehouse of merchandise to move.
No,
I'm very small, so I do smalls. Everything's little, so that I can just, I got little guys.
Okay.
And jewelry. I've really switched over to jewelry a lot. That's the biggest profit money maker. Easier to just have in piles on the side of the room. But everything happens in here. Everything's in here. I used to have a garage where it was all on shelves and all organized, and that is not what I have right now. But every time I moved, I just consolidate it down to the small stuff, and yeah. I don't have a massive warehouse of inventory.
Yeah, I've had a 16,000 item store, 3,000 square feet, and I've moved that a few times. I just moved 2 weeks ago, got a new shop. A lot of physical labor, just tremendous, just 2 weeks straight, organizing, moving it. I've done that many times, and it's a lot of work.
So do you have like the totes labeled and you just move them labeled and put them back like how they were at the previous place?
So those, okay, so I used to have an electronics store. We had banker boxes with the numbers on them. We loaded those up on pallets and then saran wrapped it. It's probably like 30 pallets of just inventory. This time we moved everything kind of similarly, but I switched my inventory system. So that was like a lot of extra work. But yeah, pretty much we would load it up on pallets so we can move it with a pallet jack. And
What do you sell mostly?
Right now I
can
sell
I interrupt
clothing.
and ask what somebody sells? I
Yeah,
don't know if
yeah.
that's allowed.
I sell clothing right now, but I used to sell like electronics. I used to buy like electronic pallets, and then I had a really big store in the past. Yeah,
Because I'm more
moved-
like, if it doesn't sell pretty quick, I kind of want it gone. I donate it. It's in and out. I'm not hanging on to stuff for years.
Yeah, no, I move my stuff pretty quick. Like in 3 months, I'll sell 1/3 of my entire thing. I do wholesale, like pretty heavy. If I want to sell my entire store, I'll sell it in a week. But all my stuff sitting,
I wish.
Yeah, no, I can move stuff pretty quick.
Yeah, I moved about 2 years ago when I had to sell my house, and I had about 1,200 items. And I used to have everything just open on shelves, and I did what he said: the banker's boxes and bins, and just labeled shelf A2, A3, B2, whatever, and just packed it. I had a lot of glassware because I like to sell glass and vases and things, and it just was all. But I only moved about an hour and a half away, so it wasn't that bad. So I was moving a little at a time, and my eBay stuff kind of all went in the last 3 or 4 days. Just made a bunch of trips, so I only put my handling time to 5 days for a little bit, and then just went right back to business. And now I'm out of a storage unit, so
I will never move. I won't. Because I have over 5,000 square feet here on my property of storage, and 9,000 items. That's listed items. There's also, we have 2 house cleanouts in the barn I still haven't touched, which that means that was a no-go on me trying to do more of those. I just don't have the manpower to be able to do that. Yes, exactly. Scott said next time he moves, it'll be in a casket. I love my property. I love my house. And I'm not planning on moving. It's funny because one of my friends is cleaning my house for me, and she's like, "Girl, do not ever call me if you want to move, because my house is big. Plus, I have all the shed. Plus, I have a second house that has inventory in it, another 3 too, that is full of inventory." So she's like, "Do not." But I never would. I don't even know. My daughter will be like, "Come get all this free stuff if I die." She's like, "Yeah, peace out."
yeah, I'll be on vacation that time too, so don't call me.
Alex, are you back? I held your questions. Are you back now? Let me know. I held your questions for you till you got back. Chad Wolfman's Goodies sent a two. I'm knocking your 10 down to 2. Sorry, Chad. $10 super chat. All right, I'm gonna do it so I can break everybody in. I'm doing it. Here we go.
Bye, bum.
Lay bum.
That's so funny.
Lay bum.
Yeah, Yvonne Thrifty Rich made that one. That one was not made by Gino. With Kevin's permission, if any of you are wondering, had Kevin's permission. He knows his hiney is on my channel every Tuesday. Scott did one live when his channel hit 10,000 subscribers. Scott, how many are you at? I'm going to look right now. I'm going to look how many Scott's at. Let me see what Scott's doing. Scott's at 83,000 now. That is amazing. So if you do not know the story, Scott will tell you and I will tell you. I got Scott to 1,000 subscribers here on my podcast on a Tuesday night live. We did it while we were live. Scott hit 1,000 subscribers. Scott came and spoke with me at one of my learning camps I did in Tennessee. He dropped everything, drove from Texas. Him and I taught classes in a big cabin in the mountains. It was super cool a few years ago. So Scott is a very, very good friend of mine, and I appreciate him, and I'm happy to have been able to help him along the way. He's gonna end up passing me at some point. That's what I think is gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. All right. Alex is back. So Alex said, when sending offers on eBay, do you think about amount or percentage works best? And do you add a message to encourage them to buy? And again, Steph, you can answer when you were doing it or what you think works best.
No, I send offers, but I send offers that work best for me. And I don't add a message now.
Honestly, I'm pretty aggressive. Like I do like to get stuff moving. 20% off, no message. If they want to buy it, they could buy it, but 20% off, I'm sending them all day.
Yeah, I'm not sending no 9% offer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 20 works good. If you want to be more aggressive, it depends what it is.
20 is pretty much what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I send an amount. I don't do the percentages, but it's usually at least 10 to 15% minimum, and then goes up if it's been sitting longer. I don't like those odd numbers. I don't like those 37 cents.
I used to do crazy stuff. But now, Silver Lining was at our Tennessee learning camp a few years ago. That's so cool. We had fun, but it was a stressful time because it had an indoor pool and they over chlorinated it, and the stupid whole cabin smelled like chlorine. It was kind of, it was a little stressful. So what I do is I do 10% if it has not been listed for 3 months. And I have when I listed it in my custom SKU, so I know when I listed it. And then anything from 3 months to a year, I do 30%. And over a year, I do 50%. And I do put a message. I put thank you for your interest. I put, we're a small family owned business in North Florida. And I also put, this is the lowest I'm willing to go at this time. I'm sending it to everyone. The first one to accept wins. So I want them to think this is going out to multiple people. I better take it if I want it. And I sell a lot of things on offers that I send. And a lot on 10% too. Bridget was at the Tennessee. All my camp people are still here. It wasn't a ton of people. We did a learning camp in Orlando, and then I did one in Tennessee. I'm crazy if you guys do not know. I'm I'm going to rent a mansion and I'm going to do a learning camp. And then I paid for a mansion the next day and figured it out as I went. And we got to stay in a cool mansion in Orlando. It was fun. We had a bowling alley in the house. We were
over there
in the house.
Yeah, so it was a 14-bedroom mansion in Orlando. I rented out the rooms. George the Antique Nomad did the Orlando one with me. We had I want to say 20 people staying in the house because some of them were double rooms. And then the Orlando house sold out so fast. I found another Airbnb in the same neighborhood and rented another house. And those people just came to the main house for the classes, and I did food. So overall, I would say about 30, 35 people. I like smaller. I like being able to talk. Tennessee was probably about the same. Tennessee was harder though. I didn't think about logistics because there were no airports close to the mountains where I did it. So that one didn't sell out as fast as Orlando. And I've had a lot of people tell me I should do it again. The problem now is that Dalton's in school. So that was when Dalton was 2 years old and I didn't have to worry about him being in school. And especially now that I'm not married anymore, I don't have somebody I can leave at home to take care of the animals and stuff like that too. So that makes it a little more complicated. Yes, the parking was they had a 14-bedroom mansion and you got 2 parking spots.
That's awesome.
Because these mansions are cookie cutter side by side. All of the houses there are. Yeah, he is out in the summer. That's a thought. Maybe I could plan one for next summer. I like the smaller. I don't like the giant, that way you can talk to everybody. It was nice because at night we didn't do learning, so people could go in the pool. We could sit around, like big living room. Everybody could network. I loved it. I don't think I made any money on either one of them, but I didn't care. It was just the experience was like really cool, to be able to do it. Yeah, Marcia is doing triple duty here for sure. I appreciate her. She's helping me catch the questions, and she's moderating the chat, and she's here on the panel talking. She's doing triple duty here.
Yeah, thank you for dropping the links.
Yeah, we appreciate
Please
her.
subscribe, everybody. Come see me.
Yes, for sure. Alex also had a question. When someone likes an item on Poshmark, do you follow up with multiple offers?
No Poshmark here.
Yeah, same here. I don't really go on Poshmark. Someone likes it. If they really want to buy it, they can send you an offer, or you can send offers on Poshmark as well. And yeah, but
my daughter does Poshmark though, and she's very successful on Poshmark. I'm proud of her, but she's doing all the Y2K stuff,
that does really good.
Yeah, they're paying for the Y2K
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't sell a Poshmark. I set up an account and never did anything with it, so can't help.
Yeah, so I think I knocked it out of the park earlier, and Mark's not here yet. He doesn't normally come till like 9/11. I sent out, I think, like 500 offers earlier, and it looks like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new sales on Posh. Wow. So Mark told me like every 90 days I send it out to all of them. I had like 3,500, and I didn't keep my computer open enough, so I actually need to do it again tomorrow. But List Perfectly has a feature where I can send a 20%. You can pick the percent. I do 20%. I can send a 20% off offer as soon as they like the item. So I'm hitting them fast. And I've learned a lot of people use software like that. So when I want to buy something on Posh, I go like it first, and then I'll sit for like a couple days because I want to see if they're going to send me an offer for it. And like I put a bunch. I wanted like woodwick candles. I'm random. And I put a bunch on watch, and the one person that sent me an offer is the one I bought from. So I'll tell you, like, sending offers definitely works. I don't play back and forth too hard with people because I'm pretty strict about like what my minimum is. So I'll just decline them. And like when I send out my offer, that's the highest I'm willing to take off. So if they counter me, I just decline. Like on eBay, you have the option to allow counter offers. I don't, because I send out my lowest. But on Posh, I can't turn that off. So on Posh, I just decline them. Hey, stranger, if you want to come on again, message me, Glenna. Sunflower Flipper said, do you give your sellers your shit? Or I think she means your buyers. Do you give your buyers your shipping discount? I notice most all people I watch, their shipping rating is dropping fast. My guess is they're not passing on the discount. So, Steph, do you charge people exactly what you pay, or do you upcharge a little?
Well, honestly, I think I downcharge a little, but I do flat rate, estimated shipping. I don't have time to figure out each down to the penny. And after a while, you figure out the kind of levels, how much it's going to cost. I'm not usually off by about 50 cents at this point. So I'm kind of proud of myself on that. But no, I will usually, I usually go lower. I go lower. Like, I'm not going to, like, if Christmas is coming up and they're increasing prices, I just ignore that. And I just take a couple dollars loss. I don't care. I'm not going to. But that's me. I'm not the smartest business person on the planet. Let's just put that out there. But that's what's good for me. And they fluctuate so much that I kind of just want to keep it. Now, if it starts getting where I'm losing a lot of money, but I don't usually lose more than 50 cents to $1 on something.
I charge a flat rate on my stuff, and for the most part, I'll make $1 or $2, or I'm right on the money. But for the most part, it's right on there, you know, just from so long of
I
doing
think it evens out overall.
Yeah, it evens out. Sometimes I lose a dollar or two, you know, just depends.
I don't pass on the shipping discount, but what I do is when I list something, if I know it's going to go to £2 rate, I only charge the £1 rate to the buyer. So I'm kind of passing on a discount. And the same with ounces. If I know it's going to go 12 ounces, I'll put it in as 8. So it is giving them a little bit of discount, but not the total discount. So I'm still making a little money for my packaging and everything.
Yeah, I kind of do the same thing Marsha does. I was passing the discount on, but I do the opposite with jewelry. I always do 8 ounces instead of 4, so I can pay for the jewelry box and the padded poly. I charge them an 8-ounce rate, but I will, especially like on 3-pound items, I'll bump them down to 2. I can't do flat rate because I'm selling stuff from 4 ounces up to 40 pounds, and I'm in Florida. So if it goes to Florida, it's $12. If it goes to California, it's $25, and I would lose my butt if I didn't do calculated. Yeah. So.
And we always get the
I
California
should
buyer.
jump in that I do it mostly on jewelry. It's the easiest, smallest differences that I do it.
Yeah.
If I've got a big old box, no, I'm not going to do calculated shipping. I'm going to figure out what it costs.
Here's a fun, not fun question. What is your least favorite thing to sell on eBay?
For me so far, I think it's been clothes. It's clothes. It's doing all the measurements, and no matter how many measurements you do, and then they get it on their end and it doesn't fit them the way they want it to fit, and then it's clothes. I kind of stopped doing clothes.
For me, it's been like, it's like a love-hate relationship with electronics, because some really big ones, I sell them really expensive, but then I got to ship them. That's like the only thing when they do sell, you know, you get some good money, get a couple $100, but then you have to ship them. And then you got to, you know, pack all that up, and it's a little bit of a hassle. That's probably the only thing I'm not too fond of, but I like when I get the money, but I don't like shipping it. That's the only thing I have a little bit of trouble with, you know, but I still do it anyways.
Yeah, the least favorite is definitely electronics, and I won't do it. So I just don't want to deal with the testing and the high return rate and all that stuff. And I just stay away from them. Maybe a little tiny little like cassette player or something that's vintage or something, but that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say electronics too. I just, yeah. I'll get them sometimes, but I try to stay away from them. Try and stay away from them. Constance wants to know, do you all have the same seller name on all platforms?
I do, but it took a very long time to get to that point. When I first, I've been through some gyrations on eBay. I've been through some, but then once it became other platforms as well, or other things, YouTube, I wanted it all to match up. I wanted my email to be the same as my channel, to be the same as my PayPal, to be the same as, I wanted it all to match up. I don't like getting invoices from people I don't know who the heck they are, you know. So everything matches now. Yeah, everything matches everywhere.
Yeah, same here. I'm exactly the same on every single platform, even on social media, you know. It's just, if you want to build up that brand, I think it helps out quite a bit, you know.
It can take some time. That's where my By the Seashore came from. I kept going, stuff sells stuff, stuff sells stuff. There's other ones here, there's other ones there. There's one on Yahoo, Gmail, there's one on wherever it is, there's one. I'm like, okay, I'm done. And I just slapped on the By the Seashore at the end, and that took care of everything. So now I'm the only one.
Mine are all the same except Poshmark, which again I'm not selling there, but I think my name was either taken or it was a little too long. And it wouldn't take it, so I can't remember what the heck it was. It's a variation of the Red Cardinal, but yeah, I'm the same everywhere.
Mine on eBay is the _nurse_flipper, because I couldn't get the nurse flipper. I had used the nurse flipper previously. That's why I couldn't get it. I blocked myself. but on Poshmark and Etsy and whatnot, all of that, as well as like Instagram, I think branding is super important, and having the same name everywhere is really, really important, because then they can find you wherever. So like I get messages, how do I find you on Poshmark? How do I find you on, and I'm like, just search the Nurse Flipper Poshmark. Like it'll come up and people can find it really easy. I'm going to throw this
And
up here
getting
because
the
it's fun.
invoice from the same person you bought it from.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah, and they know the
that's
name. It sucks because my website, which is not functioning, I need to do something about that. It got hijacked during the election, and I never fixed it because it's going to be expensive to get like mine back. But people emailed the website email, and I never check it. I had over 100 emails today. I went through, and some of them were like over a month old, because my daughter was doing my social media and checking that email, and she got a job, and now she doesn't. And I'm not in the habit of having to do it, so I'm trying to get back in the habit. Celluloid Daydream, I wanted to put it up here. I appreciate you appreciating. She's saying my post-divorce glow up. It's been a little over a year since I got divorced. I actually, and I haven't put it public yet, I have a new boyfriend as of today. I haven't even told Marshall.
As of today?
As of today.
Oh,
As of
no,
today.
Congrats.
It's a little scary. It's not fun dating in 2025, I will tell you that.
No, I'm
it's
completely
a hot mess,
like, no
and
thanks.
everything you read is totally true. That is all I will say. It is all true. But I need to get back. If you guys don't know, I had my Instagram. I've lost 80 pounds in the last 2 years, going to the gym 5 times a week. I'm pretty obsessed with the gym, and I go swimming 5 times a week. So I need to get, I have so many things I want to do in so little time. So I really want to share that with you guys, and try and get back into that, because I haven't shared over there in like a year.
So is
David,
he into this stuff too?
he actually does. He buys and flips, but bigger stuff. Like he
good.
did BMX bike racing for a while, so he'll do bikes and stuff like that. And I was actually impressed, because we went to the thrift store on Sunday, and he found an $80 belt buckle, and I was like, "What?" Like, we just stopped on the way, like back to the house, and yeah, I found an $80 belt buckle for $8. I was like, okay, like, yeah, that, because my ex would not even walk into a thrift store with me.
Well,
so
that's what I was just gonna say. Is like, congratulations, you go to the thrift store with them. That's great.
yeah, having somebody that'll come in is definitely fun for sure. All right, David, I know you got to go. Do you want to answer one more question?
Yeah, for sure.
And then I've got Gino backstage. David has to go. Gino's gonna pop in for David. We're playing like musical chairs tonight, but that's okay. All right. Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to find a good one. Oh, here. This is a look. Okay. They say they know David's answer, though, but we'll let David tell us anyway. Steph ran away. What is the most you have made on one? Oh, she's back. What is the most you've made on one item this year?
Am I still answering first, even though you
Yeah.
have to go? This year, let me think for a sec. I think I sold one thing that was, I think I made a $750 profit on a necklace. That's probably my
Awesome.
biggest one this year.
That's awesome. Someone said about the wall speaker. I picked up that they're like speakers that go into the wall, literally, and I sold them for $2,500, and I paid $100 for those.
Nice.
But it's not something I come across all the time, but they're really big. And I made a video on like how I shipped it. They're massive. They're like 150 pounds, together.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Sorry, that thing was freezing up a little bit. I honestly don't remember the items or anything, but I know I guess I'm a lot cheaper than you guys. I think I had like $110 item sell, but I honestly can't remember what it was. I don't get those high dollar stuff.
For me, I think we sold I don't know. I sold mid-century modern end tables for $1,500. I paid $50 for. I think that might be one of them. I've had a few around that $1,000 mark this year. I haven't had any big ones. The biggest ones, and I have a video on it, but it was like 4 years ago. I sold two $3,000 purses, but I paid up. I paid $1,600 for the two of them, but sold them for $6,000 to the same buyer. So yeah, I don't think I have anything over like. Actually, I think this is my highest, like the $2,000 Navajo cuff right now with the owl.
Ooh,
I think that's my highest one right now. I'll pick up the bigger stuff. I think most of my bigger stuff is left though. I'm gonna make David big real quick. Let him tell you guys bye and kind of wrap it up and where you can find him, and then let him go, and then we'll bring Gino in his space. So here's David to tell you guys bye real quick.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Kat, and it was an honor to come on here. And yeah, guys, if you guys want to see more of my little journey, I mainly share what I have going on and a little bit of tips and tricks on my YouTube channel. Active Apparel Zone on absolutely everything, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And if you guys want to see my eBay store, it's Active Apparel Zone as well. And yeah, guys, thank you for having me again. And yeah.
Do you do music? You've got soundproofing in the background there.
It's mainly for when I do videos, because it was really echoey in the office here. So I added that for the videos, yeah.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to pull David out and bring Gino in, guys. I think. I figured it out. Here we go.
Bye, David.
Hi.
Gino.
Hi, Marsha. Hi.
Hi, Gino.
Hi, Gino's Spies.
And if you guys don't know, Gino's who makes all the super chats, the majority of them. So yeah. So now you see him and Marsha, who are always in the chat.
A picture of your new boyfriend.
Oh yeah, Gino. It's not public. It is not out in public yet. I'm very cautious. Well, but the picture is not out now.
Oh well.
The picture is not out. He's walking in the door now. Yeah. Anyways, no, Gino, no.
I didn't say anything.
You didn't have to.
Oh my gosh, y'all leave me alone. Okay. Silver Lining Life says, Kat, what's your process for checking all the sites you sell on to see what needs to be shipped, and how do you manage the different shipping processes? So the nice thing about List Perfectly, if you use the business level, which is what I use, it's $99 a month, is it ends everything on all the platforms. That, like, if it sells on Etsy, it'll end it on eBay, Mercari, and Posh. And what we do is we ship off of eBay, and then we go to the unsold on eBay. I'm not even watching the live chat. I don't want to know what's being said. And
let me like
him. Like I'm crazy right now. And I feel like I'm getting it from all directions right now. And oh my gosh. And then we look at the unsold on eBay, which is nice because eBay has everything. We put everything on eBay. That's the main platform. So we'll look in the unsold, and that's how we pull for the day. And then we go to each of the sites, Mercari, Etsy, Poshmark, to ship them. So we pull from eBay because they're in the unsold, and then we can pull from the sold. And the different Poshmark now has went to ground packages, and he left. Went to ground packages. And so everything just goes in boxes that we bought unless we're shipping it priority. We print a SKU form, a scan form for eBay. We do not print one for Poshmark, Mercari, Etsy. So those packages go into a different bag so we can tell the post office to scan them. That's how we do it. All right. Bernadette says, for Etsy sellers, it's the one platform I haven't ventured on yet, but I think I want to. Does the fee per listing add up quickly in relation to how quickly you make sales? I sell too many long tail items. So does anybody but me sell on Etsy? Let me ask that first.
I did.
Nope.
I can answer too. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. That is exactly why I said that I am really particular about what goes on Etsy, and I only put higher dollar items on Etsy. And I mainly put higher dollar jewelry. I do a few, like I'll do my Navajo rugs, and I might do higher dollar kachinas, but it's stuff that I feel like when it sells, I will make up the money for it. I quit putting the 20, 30, $40 items on there.
Because Etsy it's 20 cents every 4 months. So they charge you as soon as you list it, and then every 4 months they charge you again another 20 cents per listing. And so if long tail stuff sits there for a while, it can add up pretty quickly.
Etsy's the one that is like the one I'm most. Yeah, I don't want to put it myself. I'm scared of it. I'm scared of Etsy. Let's put it that way. I'm scared of it.
Etsy takes the longest to cross post. That's why I put the least amount of items on there. It really does take longer. I didn't know this was a thing. Lisa said, when did eBay start giving buyers 7 days after winning an auction to pay because the buyer wants more time to shop? Is there a way I can shut this off? And if so, how? So if none of us here on the platform or on the panel know, y'all are messing me up tonight.
I think they changed that I think that was this year they changed that.
I don't know.
And you cannot change. I don't think you can turn it off.
Yeah, they want you to consolidate, which is great for buyers for sure.
Yeah.
Because I do buy a lot of stuff on eBay, but yeah, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for my money when I sell. But my things are all over the place. I put like most of my stuff is either like I'll do all the jewelry I haven't been able to sell, and I'll stick it in a lot and stick it on eBay and wait for it to sell on eBay, mostly because I don't want to just donate it or throw it away. At least it'll go somewhere. And then the other stuff is like all the high-end ones that I'm waiting forever for. So they're not really mixing for them to combine shipping and wait 7 days. So I've never had somebody wait. Everybody pays right away for me.
All right, let me see. Flower wants to know on Mercari, should you refresh your listings to get more views? Excuse me, or do you list and forget and send offers and likes? And I'm going to say again, am I the only one selling on Mercari?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's the cat show. I do refresh my listings after 3 months on Mercari to get more views, because on Mercari, I feel like if it doesn't sell like the first week or two, a lot of times it doesn't sell. So I don't list and forget. I have an automated thing that refreshes my listings every 3 months on Mercari. And then we link every day to make sure it's still linked up to list perfectly. Picasso Cat said automatic measurements. Yes, the app for that is Smart Sizer, and it is only available on iPhone. Constance wants to know, can you choose to do international shipping on certain items but not others?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it asks you on each listing, doesn't it?
It does. On eBay, it asks you.
Because a lot of things you can't do international shipping on. They can't let you do it across the board.
I never checked on certain items. I just knew you could opt in or opt out for the international shipping and exclude certain countries.
Or
That's how
maybe
I have
they
mine set
exclude
up.
us for the automatically. Maybe they will exclude the
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think you can, but I think I have mine set up to automatically, but you can turn it off. I just saw this, buy low, sell chai. Gino, they want you to answer what's the highest profit item you've sold this year. The rest of us answered it as you were coming in.
Okay, I was so busy thinking about your boyfriend, I don't remember now.
Oh my gosh.
Killing me, Gino.
I sold a Yadro Angel. It wasn't the highest one, but it's the one I can remember. It was about that big, and it sold for $170, and it was just a Yadro, and I picked it up at a thrift store in Claremont I think for 99 cents or $1.99. So that was a really good profit.
All right.
I forgot about my first major, my first major when I first started eBay in 1999. I was doing only books, and I found a signed Emily Dickinson book that sold for like $2,500, and I had to go drop it off in person, and that was like a 50-cent one I got at a estate sale. So
Nice. Scott's sending me $10 to do a background check on the new boyfriend.
Oh,
oh my God.
Y'all
I'll
are
do it
killing
for
me.
5.
And then he's over there he's not there anymore. He left. But he was over there making faces while y'all are hitting me from the chat and just All right.
You
what
already did the background check. I know you did, Cam.
Got to check.
You
All right.
did, Cam.
I'll give you the pillow fight. I'm not gonna be mean. Here you go. They were Brooke is the same size. Brooke hasn't got bigger. Dalton has got a lot bigger. All right. Patty said, I'm thinking of asking a local whatnot seller to do live sales at my home. What split should I offer? So I think what she's saying is she has the inventory, but she wants this seller to come to her house and sell it for her under their name. So if you were to go to somebody's house and you were the auctioneer running it for her,
I don't know if this is the going rate, but I wouldn't do it for less than 50-50. I got to be honest.
Wow.
I've had people ask me to sell their stuff. I do 50-50.
The lowest, if I knew you, 35%. But then on Whatnot, you're going to get such a cheap amount anyway. You're not going to be happy doing it. I wouldn't do it unless I really knew you.
You do it yourself.
Yeah.
Sell your own stuff.
Yeah,
you might be a little nervous, but do it.
I wouldn't do it either. You got to figure out taxes between the two of you and who's going to get what and who's going to have a return or whatever. I wouldn't even bother.
Unless you don't care what you're getting for it. Unless it's like, I got a bunch of stuff in the garage, I just got to get rid of it. If I can make some money from it, hand it to you.
Then have a garage sale.
Then, I'll take I'll take 50%.
Yeah, I would do 50-50, but I would want to see that there was value there. I wouldn't go just do it to do it. I would want to know that I was making a decent amount of money. But that would be 50% after profit. You could bring it to an auction house. Like I see picking with the pages saying most auction houses charge 20%, but you're also dropping it off there and the auction houses are having people pick it up. So nobody's having to ship it. So I would also ask, are you going to be paying to ship it? Cause for me, I would have to pay my employee to ship it. So I would have to take that into consideration. If we're talking just a couple $100 and I have to pay somebody, $40 to ship it out and I'm only getting 100 and I spent 3 hours, I wouldn't do it. So I would say I would want to see, if it were me, I would want to see valuable items. I would want a 50-50 split after profit. So if my employees were shipping, I would want to deduct that payroll pay from the profit before we split it too.
Same.
All right. Yeah. I mean, for me, I got to think about that. Some people, if they're smaller and just doing it as a side hustle and they might want to do it and just do it for fun, might be okay with less than 50, but I don't think you're going to find anybody less. I know a lot of consignment people take 60. They do a 60-40 split. The people that do it for a living, they take more than that. Now,
unless
higher
you're
dollar,
doing your own shipping. If you're doing your own shipping. But if I'm doing the shipping, no. 50-50.
Yeah. All right. Shopping with Cheryl wants to know, does eBay do any special sales days like Prime or Black Friday that we could expect to see more traffic or plan to do sales?
I don't know. I haven't seen any. Do they have them?
I know the live sales, but I don't know if they have a Black Friday thing. I don't
I've
know.
never seen that.
Just Christmas time, you're going to do the best. So
I mean, what are they going to do? Give discount on our items?
no, they can't do
No, you
that.
have to
No.
just run your own.
No, sometimes Poshmark gives the discounted shipping and they pay for it. And then I think Mercari gives out coupons too. And they take that hit too. I don't think eBay does anything like that.
I don't remember eBay ever doing them. You can always set up your own sale. If you have a store.
I would set up like when you know the stores are doing it, like you're saying, like Black Friday, you could almost match it with Prime Days. If you saw it, set up a sale in your store, hoping like Google would pick it up. And
we do them on eBay Live. YouTube Live. We do them on YouTube Live. But it's just us own people doing them. YouTube's not participating, but YouTube doesn't take any of our money. So we're very grateful to YouTube for never asking for anything.
All right. I tried getting the answer to this and I was shut down. I do not have that high a level of clearance to know what the new platform that is being added to List Perfectly is. They said, we're not telling you. So I tried. I tried to find out, but I could not. Mark is here. He said good evening. I'm going to give him Rod because he always likes Rod. So here is Rod.
Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe. Until next time.
And I can do it now. He's not here to yell at me.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Aloha. Oh my gosh. Shema Ohana said I should do one in Las Vegas. There are tons of huge Airbnbs to host a learning camp. I just organized my class reunion here for 40 people renting out. Yeah, no, that's a great idea. And I love Las Vegas and I have a lot of friends in Vegas. The hard part is though, like we drove to Orlando and Tennessee, is that like I had like learning books and we made like treat bags for everybody. So I had t-shirts, I had notebooks, I had pens. Like to take that on an airplane would be a royal pain in the butt. But I might be able to one of my friends in Vegas ship them like all of the stuff that we would use. So that's a good idea for sure. All right. Silver Lining Life wants to know, where do you do most of your sourcing?
Excuse me, I just started coughing all of a sudden. I do most of my jewelry sourcing on eBay. I got to be honest. eBay jewelry lots. I spend a lot of time scouring and trying to find those little hidden gems nobody else can see. But for everything else, I have a couple favorite thrift stores. I have one here in town. Most thrift stores have gone crazy with pricing. So I just have I have one that I'm still getting stuff. Everything's like under $5, $5 or under. Sometimes they'll do a $7. But, and then I travel up to Los Angeles. I'm in San Diego. So I'll travel up to LA where my very favorite thrift store is about once a month and stock up on glassware and that kind of stuff up there. But thrift stores and eBay are my answers, and occasionally an estate sale. But where I live, people are just I'm not in I'm in a place where people think the prices are crazy at estate sales, absolutely crazy. But if you go on the 75% off day I go at the very end. They close at 2. I show up at about noon and it's 75% off and I'll grab whatever's left.
I usually go to local thrift stores. You probably don't know their names, but like Sheriff Ranch's Thrift in Florida, Red, White, and Blue Thrift I just went to down near Miami. But the best places, and I don't film them on my videos usually, are garage sales. You can find some really good bargains. Some people think they're at Macy's when they're having a garage sale, but then some people just want to get rid of stuff. So I like garage sales probably the best, and local thrift stores second, and I go to Goodwills too.
Yeah, I do a lot, mainly thrift stores, some garage sales, although right now it's mainly one thrift store because I volunteer at one 40 hours a week. And I work the intake area in the back, so I get first dibs. So,
Yes, and
Nice.
if you won't watch, she'll give you a hug.
and Gino's been
That's
there.
the
Yes,
dream.
Gino has been in. So, yes, and we get some really nice stuff. So,
That's the dream.
and I don't have to go anywhere. I can just, it comes to me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. I've thought, like, I think it would be almost like a dream to, like, make like a drop-off spot. Like, here, bring me all your stuff you don't want, and then you can look and you
thought
can buy
about
it if you want it.
so much, Kat. I've been thinking
I think that would be
about
so
too.
cool to do that. Well, everybody is saying it is Whatnot. It was announced on Mastermind this morning, which is awesome because, yeah, I like that. I like that because we do Whatnot. That is absolutely amazing, for sure. Oh, I got the name right. Yay! The new platform that Lists Perfectly is linking with is Whatnot, which is beautiful.
Okay.
It is beautiful. All right. Let's see. Constance is asking, does eBay charge when you list too?
They charged me for something recently that I listed, and I don't know what I did actually. But for the most part, no. It seems like you get tens of thousands of listings for free these days, right? It used to be. I've never reached the limit, but I did do one thing recently where they charged me $2 and it didn't sell, and I owed them $2. I don't know why that happened, but
I don't
for
think
the
eBay-
most part, no, they're not charging you when you list, right? You get like
for a basic
$1 million a month now, right, to list?
for a basic listing, they don't charge you anything. If you put some of those, put your price in, set your price there, here or there, they do charge you money. But if you have a store, which I think the cheapest one's $14 a month. I have a higher store than that. They don't charge you to list at all, unless, like I said, I don't know what it's called, but upgrading your listing, they will charge you sometimes.
Yeah, I still don't have a store because I've never figured out what the benefit was to having a store, and I'm not charged ever.
Yeah, depends
Did
on
do
your.
something wrong and got charged. I still don't know why. It was for one listing, so
It
I
could
don't
have
know.
been a subtitle or second category. That'll get
something.
you to charge. That'll charge you,
Okay.
or a bold title. And yeah, depending on the level of store, you'll get so many free listings, and then they'll start charging you. So
Yeah, I won't reach the limit.
now I'm at 5 million, so
Yeah,
never get there.
I don't think I'm reaching the limit.
Yeah, they'll charge. Most of the time they'll do $250 free, but if you do auctions, they don't charge in certain categories, but in other categories they will charge you if you don't have a store. And even with a store, in categories, you'll get charged for an auction even if you have a store. So most people get 250 items for free, and then I think it's like 30 cents for each additional item, but you have to remember it's 30 cents per item per month. So every month that it rolls over, you're going to get charged. All right. Celluloid Daydream says, can't you just pay them a flat hourly rate? So like saying pay them $25 to be on camera and all the sales and profits are yours.
Maybe
like,
somebody, but
I'm not doing anything.
maybe somebody will do that.
Somebody
I'm
might,
sure you
but
can
most of
find
your
somebody
live
to
sellers
do
are
it.
making like doing a live sale, you should be making a lot more than $25 an hour. So asking them to do that, I feel like would be unfair. Especially somebody that has experience, has an audience, and you're using that. So you have to take that into mind too.
The shipping is the most time consuming part of the whole entire thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you're not, it's who's doing the shipping. So yeah.
Picking with pages, I must have missed the question. The fastest to bulk cross list, I'm going to switch. I have primarily used List Perfectly for 5 years, so I don't have a comparison as far as how fast. LP, I can put out 10 listings to eBay, Poshmark, Mercari in under 15 minutes once I've priced them and have my listing ready to go. So that's 30 listings in 15 minutes. So less than 30 seconds a listing. Now pricing them, obviously you have to do your research, and that varies. And Etsy is a pain in the butt. I said that earlier. It takes a while to get them up on Etsy because Etsy wants more information. Has anybody on the panel used any of the other cross-posting services as far as like knowing speed? No.
I've never done any cross posting.
Seems like everybody under the sun's coming out with one these days too.
All right. Mary Jo
But
Schrader.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Because
No,
I'm back at that other question. Can't you just pay them a flat hourly rate? They get $25 an hour. If they're listing one item an hour, you're losing $25.
No,
She's
but
talking
they're saying a
about
live sale.
Live whatnot
Live sale.
sale.
So I mean,
You're talking
You-
whatnot.
So live sale like
whatnot.
3 hours, sometimes 3 to 6 hours.
yeah. I mean, it could be a win or a loss for whoever's doing it, depending on the inventory. If it's lower dollar inventory and stuff's not selling and you're getting a guaranteed 25, because if you're doing a profit split, you're not guaranteed anything. So I mean, it really depends on how you look at that.
If it's just jewelry, you're fine. That's great. If it's anything more than that, then I think the shipping's going to take more time.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't think about the shipping for sure.
I don't know.
Mary Jo.
The per hour worries me. Per hour.
Yeah. That's why I said I don't think many people would do it. Mary Jo wants to know, what are the pros versus cons for flat rate shipping? I can't see the benefit of it. Like I would lose sales or lose money. So
It
if
depends
you
on your items.
flat rate, yeah.
Like if I'm doing nothing but jewelry and I know it's less than a pound and I'm shipping $5 or $6, like I'd rather just be flat rate shipping $7 for flat rate shipping for the envelope under a pound. Easy peasy. Flat rate shipping over depends what you're shipping. Depends what you're shipping.
I ship everything flat rate. I don't have to measure the boxes till it's sold. I don't have to weigh anything, and I'm pretty good at it now that I don't lose any money. Well, sometimes, but then I'll make it up on another package. It just makes it so much easier for me.
As long as it's not like over
95.
50 pounds or 25 pounds, like within reasonable poundage. Are you sending 100-pound boxes?
This would be the biggest thing. I have
Right,
to mail
exactly.
tomorrow.
So that,
So-
yeah, that makes sense to do flat
Oh,
rate.
this is a picture of Kat's boyfriend, by the way.
It is.
Better be careful, Gino. You won't be back.
No, I love Kat.
He
And
brought
I
me a
like the
Coke.
voice.
He went to the store, got me a Coke. I need a
Aw.
Coke.
Up. All right. Bonus. Okay. Points
Yep.
on day one for first day of boyfriend.
Yeah, pros of flat rate shipping, you can set it and don't have to worry about it. But the cons, if like shipping goes up, then you've got to go back and change everything. because now you're going to be losing more money when the shipping prices go up. We ship, I think, at least 3 of us here. Steph, I don't know where you're at, but we're all in Florida. Trying to ship a 8-pound box to California is going to cost a heck of a lot of money. So,
Depends on where you are, though. I've noticed
I'm
that
in Florida.
I got people going from like Atlanta to San Diego, and it's some straight shot on I-10.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper than shipping to like, someplace in Utah or.
Yeah. So it all depends. Like you said, it all depends on what you sell and where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, the flat rate, here's the, like, I agree. It depends on the items, because if you're doing all jewelry where they're all lower weight, or you're doing all clothes that, 1 or 2 pounds, you know exactly how much it costs, or you can use a padded flat rate.
Right.
But if you're in the corner of the country, that's going to be a harder thing because there's a bigger, gap between what you're doing. But like, if the flat rate, when you lose money is when you're going to not lose the sale, because they're going to be like, oh, that person's $5 cheaper than everybody else on shipping, and they're going to go with you. The question will be, does it even out for you? Are you making that $5 on some sale and losing it on others? Because for me, we ship way too much to the West Coast, and I feel like I would lose a lot of money if I did flat rate, because I do such a variety of items. So that's for me. Oh, this is a good reminder. Leroy's in the house. Bernadette says it's a reminder you only have 7 more days to use your eBay store coupon. So I'm pretty sure I always use mine because I always need shipping supplies. All right, Leroy, I don't think you've seen this. Leroy sent a $2 super chat. I have a new swimming video for a super chat, so I'm going to give you that. Donna. Gino made that. He's here tonight.
And you're safe. Thank God.
I'm safe. I went in the springs yesterday. I'm still alive, I promise you. All right. Let's see. Patricia's asking, can you choose not to send to Puerto Rico? It seems to be added to U.S. free shipping. There is an option under shipping options that says do not ship. I think you can choose like Alaska, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and you can exclude those areas if you want to. I don't, because I do.
Talking through eBay.
Yes, eBay. Yeah.
Because outside of eBay, no.
What do you mean?
Everything has changed.
They want it ship outside? No, I'll ship anywhere.
They're adding tariffs,
but they're doing
to all
free
our
shipping
items.
Oh, no, I wouldn't
Taxes
free
and
ship to Hawaii.
tariffs. Even though they're used, they've been taxed 1 million times. It's costing more for the person to pick it up than the items were even worth. And then it costs more to get your items back if you want them back.
Yeah, I don't exclude because I do calculated, but I had something heavy come back from Hawaii, and man, it was not fun, but it happens. Karen wants to know, does it hurt to end a listing? I want to end a couple of listings and combine the items.
I don't think it does anymore. I used to be really worried about that too. It seems to not. I don't think eBay cares anymore as much as they used to. I don't know though, but it seems like I used to be really, really worried about that too. But with all the cross posting, what else can you do? You have to be able to end a listing, right?
I don't end listings that often, but I don't think it hurts at all.
If you're just going to end a few listings, it's not going to hurt you. But believe me, don't end 800 at one time. They will slap you on the wrist hard. Ask me how I know. Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to end a single one. The only time they get mad when you end a listing is if it's an auction that has bids. So if you put an auction, get bids, and then you're like, oh no, I'm not going to sell this. They do not like that. But if you're just ending it because it sold somewhere else, then that is fine.
Well, she's saying to combine the items. So it's basically you're going to do a new listing. for the same person, and then
I think to like move the items probably. Like people are talking last week about like items that they'd had for a long time and they wanted to like swap them, and get rid of them.
Yeah, you'll be fine, Karen.
No, they have to let you end them if they're not selling.
Yeah, for sure. Etsy takes longer to post with LP compared to eBay, Mercari, Posh. That's what I'm like. It's not horrible, but it seems like it takes longer to load, and like the same darn internet. I'm gonna put this up here because somebody asked to explain the hype button, and I don't know how the heck to explain the hype button. But Picking with the Pages said it's a boost on YouTube, so you only get 5 per month, so you can pick like your favorite people, and you can hype them, and it will boost them in the YouTube algorithm. So you can hype.
Somehow you're earning points, I think, from participating, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I have it written down right here on my list. I keep promising people I'm going to figure it out.
The hype button is something brand new on YouTube. And what it's trying to do, that's why I like it, is it gives smaller channels a better chance to be listed higher up in the hype section of YouTube. Like I have 3,200 subscribers. I get 1,600 hype points to be hyped once. Kat has over 100,000. She might only get 700 points to be hyped. And so they're trying to make it fair that the smaller channels can catch up. Now, everybody doesn't have the hype button yet because they're putting it out as a trial.
Right. It's another beta version.
No.
But it is good for smaller channels, I guess. Hasn't helped mine
but
yet.
The people on the hyping end, they earn their points somehow. They have so many points that they can use to hype people.
You can only hype 3 times. I heard 3 times. And you can only hype videos that have been out less than a week. That's okay. You have your favorite person, and you can hype them and help them move up the ladder.
So I better go post a video?
You got to go post a video.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, let's see. Constance wants to know, do we do U.S. shipping through eBay? That's a thing. I think she's asking like, yes. I mean, we print the labels through eBay, but there are companies that will store your items for you and ship them out for you, but I don't think eBay does that directly.
But eBay's giving you the discounts that you need.
Yeah.
Do any of you use U.S. shipping through eBay? Are you talking from within the U.S. though? You're saying U.S. shipping through eBay?
Yeah, like the domestic shipping that we're doing ourselves.
Yeah, because otherwise you're paying full shipping price like through the post office, which is at least double.
Yeah, I guess it's a little confusing, the question. But if you're shipping, you almost 100% you got to go through eBay or Pirate Ship or something like that. Because your prices are going to be so much lower than going to the post office. You know, a $6 item to ship might cost $10, $12 at the post office. So you have to go through eBay. Just get a printer, or you can even scan a number now. I don't do that. I just print them out and label them and ship them. But that's what you should do, is definitely go through eBay.
Even if you have to go to the library or something and print them out there if you don't have a printer. But I'll tell you my number one most amazing, absolute, I'm sure everybody has them by now, but my beautiful, wonderful thermal printer, I can't reach it over here. I was going to show it to you. That's the ticket. So if you're spending all your money printing labels out on a piece of paper through a regular printer and taping it all on there and all that, just get a thermal printer and you'll be slapping it on, and do it through eBay. It's way cheaper.
Yes.
She just commented, sorry for confusion, but you're telling me what I was looking for. So I guess we answered her question.
Okay. I just want to put this up there. Bernadette said 25 under the table is a lot more than minimum wage. It is, but it's a lot less than I make in an hour. And if you're talking about somebody that works for themselves.
No, the problem is what you're going to end up paying them and how much it's actually going to cost them to do the stuff, by how long it's going to take for them to do it by the hour. It can take 3 hours for one item.
I don't.
But it could be an hour to pack and ship an item or a.
Yeah, if they're big. Yeah, if they're bigger items, that's true for sure.
Multiple items, or all the bubble wrap and
Yeah, Irma said, why didn't I ever think of double listing? So cross posting, guys, is a really good way to put your items out in front of multiple audiences. I've done the numbers. I have videos. I think I made an extra 30,000 last year by posting to Poshmark, Etsy, Mercari, and List Perfectly cost $100 a month, $1,200. I made $30,000 more in sales. You tell me, if you have the time and want more sales. And if you're using that income to pay bills, which I do, I want to get as many sales as I can. And I said on my video last week, and I'm going to do it probably a week from today in the afternoon, I'm going to do live cross posting with you guys because I'm doing it anyways. And that way you guys can see me doing it. And maybe some of you who are more timid about doing it and worried that it's going to be difficult, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing and just basically hang out with you guys while I'm doing it because I do it anyways. And hopefully that will, ease some of your mind. If you do the $99 one, it automatically ends it on the other platforms. I think that's a lot of people's concern is they're going to get the double sales. It'll sell on eBay and Etsy or eBay and Poshmark. And so that kind of eliminates that issue. So hopefully, and that's a different audience. And I don't think a lot of people realize the shoppers on eBay, they're not the shoppers on Poshmark, and they're not the shoppers on Mercari, and they're not the shoppers on Etsy. I go 90% of the time.
They're not wandering between the ones.
Yeah, most people are not. They have their favorite one, and that's what they're using.
Yep.
Handmade Iowa says, how do I list an oil painting from an estate sale without provenance when Google Lens identifies as a known artist, Roger San Miguel?
What do you mean without provenance? I'll just say I don't know.
She has no history and doesn't know where it came from, and that it definitely, there's no way to know that it definitely is that artist.
Yeah, I actually went through, I was listing only oil paintings that was one of my big, I focused only on oil paintings for a while on eBay. And people like what they like. And I don't know about the artist. They want to see that it's signed. They want to, I know they like to have it signed, but if they see something they like and it's an original oil painting, I don't know. Those are hard ones to definitely come down on a price for, right? But if it's an original oil painting, I'm not going less than I've got some right now listed on eBay. I'm going no lower than $250, $500. If they want it, they want it. That's the way I look at it.
I don't know, a non-signed painting. Would I?
He said it's got. Is it Roger San Miguel? Is that?
It's not signed. She didn't say if it's signed. Let us know if it's signed.
If it's signed, I would put it out there. I mean, how many people copied Roger San Miguel? It's not like a Picasso. I would definitely put it out. But if it was something worth thousands, I would go have it checked before I would put it online.
Yeah, I would definitely do some research because you don't want to misrepresent it if it's not that person or if it's a
You don't
copy
want
or
to
something.
represent.
So, because Google Lens can identify things incorrectly occasionally too. So,
But I think the people that are buying art, they seem to be more educated about the art, and they know what they want, and they know what they're looking. They're the.
yeah.
Yeah, I've listed some. It's a chicken scratch signature. I would go pull up other Roger San Miguel's and I would look at their chicken scratch signatures and I would try and see if they're similar. And I would put a note that it has not been authenticated, and I would show the signature up close, and I would put a question mark after Roger San Miguel is what I would.
I would give very little credence to what Google Lens tells you, because Google Lens is one person coming on and saying this is what it is, and then 1,000 people start copying what it is.
Put attributed to, but I
Yeah,
would.
that you might be able to.
And then nobody knows. And AI starts saying what it is because so many other people are saying that that's what it is, and it's not what it is. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go on a field trip here, real quick. Mary Jo's asking, how do I find my eBay coupon? So this is my seller hub. If you go to my eBay selling, that is what comes up. And the nice thing, and I have mine blown up right now because I was doing videos. If you scroll down to the shortcuts, I think, yeah, shortcuts, eBay shipping supplies, it will normally, no, I don't want to save them. Hold on. See, this is why we had to go on a field trip. I think, let's see. Hold on. If anybody wants to help me, help me. Wait a minute. Marketing discounts. No,
Yeah.
subscriber discounts. Is it that one?
Let me go
Store.
look.
Store subscriber discounts. I think this is it. Here it is. Yeah, that was it. So
Seller-
store subscriber discounts.
Yeah, I go to Seller Hub marketing subscriber discounts.
Okay.
Which geez,
And mine is used. Last time I pulled it up, I showed everybody my coupon number and had to buy something right then because I did that. Michelle is asking, do you ever put newer sellers on your show? Yes. Reach out to either myself or Sonny Las Vegas on Instagram and we can get you booked. Mine's the Nurse Flipper over there and Sonny is Sonny Las Vegas. All right. Alex wants to know, how long do you run an eBay sale for?
I'm really lucky, like I said, with I don't do now. I used to have a garage. I had the shelves, I had the bins, everything was numbered. But my life now this is where I live, and this is my business. So I have to know where this stuff is. So I have a few little shelves over there for it, right? So I am not running them long unless they're very small and they're worth a lot of money and I can stick them in one little place. But for the most part, I mean, if it doesn't sell, I take it down. And I know this is totally the opposite. I hear people saying, oh, it took 3 years to sell, but it sold. I won't know where that thing is in 3 years. I just won't. That's not my life. So I literally, I'll put it up for a month at the most. Then I take it down and donate it. That might be a really bad thing to say. I know, but Kat, you have a whole warehouse, right? Everything's all organized. And
No,
I
mean,
don't
it's
have
all
that
over
ability.
the place. Mine's all over the place, but we can find it.
Yeah, I don't know where my stuff's going to be in a month. So
I'll run a sale for about a month, but every day I send out offers and I get a lot of responses to them. So, and I only do 10% and I still get a lot of sales from it.
Did she talk about how long do we do a listing or how long do we do an actual sale?
I think like a sale.
like
if
you
you
leave
put
it there.
Yeah, if I do a sale, I kind of do like shorter sales, like 3 days, 4 days. So it might be 3 or 4 days over a weekend and end on a Monday night or a Sunday night rather. So it all depends.
Yeah. I do mine now. I used to only do 3 to 4 days, but now I do them between 7 and 10 days is how long I do, because I hand select like 600 to 800 items, and I don't want to just run that for 3 to 4 days. Like if I spend the time to hand select that many, I'm going to run it for a little bit longer.
And that's where you have to decide whether you're going to do an auction or just a buy it now, take offer, and all that too, right? That's like, those are two different.
Well, the sales are only on your buy it now items. So, I mean, and I don't recommend auction for most 99% of things. Yeah.
Me too.
Constant says, Kat, do you think that AI assist with listing yields more profit or quicker sales? I'm not asking about LP, but having AI write the listing. I think that 90% of the people don't read the description is what I think. So I don't think it really matters. It's your pictures and your title, which for me, I edit the AI title 90% of the time. So I'm putting the keywords I want in there. So I think it's making you more money using AI to make the listings. Now, if you're going in and having to use Chat GPT or Grok, that's more time that you're spending. Like I'm using the automated thing. So it's able to yield me more listings. So that in itself is making me more money, but not the actual AI description. Linda wants to know, do you think adding keywords and item specifics helps in the search, even if the word is not in the drop-down words? So like adding your own specific.
I haven't even, I do very little drop down. I try and put as much as I can in the title. I put the keywords in the title, and
That's
I
it.
mean, in the item specifics, I put the keywords in the title, yes. But the drop downs, I don't know. No, because I think it limits it, because you got to come up with a color. You mean those things, like all those little drop downs that you have to fill in?
Yeah.
I do as little as possible of those, because I think it limits it.
I put in as many as I can because I think it helps it. So, I mean, as they're searching, they're gonna, the algorithm's gonna pick up those keywords. So I put as many as I can.
I did, yeah. The more you can put in, the better for the searches. But I did hear that the algorithm will not pick it up if it isn't one of the options that's already there. So if you have to type in your own in the drop down, it's not going to pick it up. Now, whether that's true or not, but that I can't remember where I heard it, but I did hear somebody say that. So
I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know. I know it does if it's in the drop down, but I don't know if it does if you like add your own. I think it does. I very rarely will add it unless there was like a really important keyword that I couldn't fit in the title. And I'm talking like 1% of the time that I would do that.
So you don't think it takes away from, like if it's a color, a simple example would be
the
color.
colors,
Right?
I think they should pick the choice. Yeah, no, colors you want to pick basic, white, blue, red. Don't go typing in turquoise because people are going to use the drop down to limit the choices. But if you are adding it to like some thing that's not normally a basic function, I wouldn't do it on that required section. I would never add, unless it's a brand that's just not there. I would never add a specific, because that I think you are limiting yourself. I agree.
That's what I think. Yeah, it takes
But on
it
the
out
extra
of the other
stuff,
part of the search.
Add it. Yeah, no, that will for sure. Kristen wants to know, what is the way to get started? I tried this in the past. So if somebody wants to start reselling, what would you tell them to do?
Where do you want to resell? Is eBay the main thing we're talking about?
I think that's probably the majority, or at least the platforms for the
I'll
most.
say eBay is way easier than it used to be. My opinion is you used to have to do a whole lot more. If you go, I've noticed now, you go in, put a picture. You don't even have to put a picture, but you go in and I don't know, it's like 3 or 4 clicks and you're done. I mean, you would have to get your stuff together. This is very vague question. You have to get the things that you want, put a price on what you want, right? Take a picture of it, list it. Just do it. Actually, this is what you told me, Kat. You're the one 4 years ago. I'm coming up on my 4-year anniversary when I was just like a chatter in the chat about YouTube specifically. And Kat was like, you just do it. It's never going to be the perfect thing that you, because I was like, wanted everything to be perfect. I'm going to have the intro. I'm going to have a little, like, here's my format of my, she's like, you just got to do it. Just do it. Make your channel, go out there, and you'll immediately start getting people subscribing and coming, and you just do it. That's how you get started. You just do it.
I would go around my house, look for 2 things I want to get rid of that have just been laying there for 2 years.
Yes, stuff you already have.
Put them on eBay. Don't go crazy. 2 things is enough. And see if it sells and see if you enjoy doing it. Don't run out to a Goodwill and start buying up aisle after aisle of stuff. You don't know if you enjoy it yet. And then
stuff you already have. Yes.
Stuff. When I saw my first item and heard that cha-ching sound, I was hooked.
So, yeah, the cha-ching's nice, right?
If that's going to be you, then try it and see. And it's so easy to start an eBay. You know, you just fill out your name, address, credit card, blah, 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 and you're in. I think you can list up to 10 items when you first start, but I told you don't list more than 2.
And keep them light and small.
Yes, don't
easy
go crazy.
Easy to ship, so you don't have to buy huge boxes and try to figure out the dimension thing, and because that's a whole nother ball game once you get into it. But start easy, start slow.
Stuff you don't care about,
and you'll realize
something that's important.
Yeah,
to
and
you,
you'll realize once
sad.
you do it, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. You're just changing the specifics.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, like Steph was saying, you just have to start. I think a lot of people are scared to just start. I'm not gonna say like Marsha, because Scott, I agree with Cheryl in the chat. Scott Cha-Ching King has amazing tutorials on how to in the beginning. I have some, but they're older. I haven't done any tutorials in a very, very long time. And I would say that I jump head first in. Like if I do something, I do it. I don't start slow and like if I'm in, I'm in. So I just jump head first in and figure it out. And you're going to make mistakes, whether you start slow or you jump in, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to pay to learn. The biggest kind of hurdle, especially with eBay, is going to be shipping. Get your basic stuff, like a scale you're going to need some boxes, or, save your Amazon boxes, things like that. List stuff around the house that you don't want. And that way you aren't putting money into it. And I would say one of the biggest things I think with somebody first starting is you're going to want to buy, because that's the fun part. And I wouldn't buy much more than you've already listed, because that is going to be a no-go. You're going to end up with tons of inventory. You're not going to be making money because you're spending it, which, I mean, you have to build it, but just keep it in check. You don't want to have hundreds of items not listed if you're only listing 5 a day. Scott's channel is Cha-Ching King, and it is time to roll out. So I'm going to make everybody big and let them tell you goodbye. We have totally flipped the script on the panel tonight. We had some stuff come up, and I appreciate Gino and Marsha coming on last minute for me. definitely appreciate it. And our thoughts are with Sonny. That is all I'm going to say. So here is Miss Steph to tell you guys where you can find her now.
And that was a good segue from that last question, because I wanted to kind of come in and answer, but also kind of from another viewpoint, from the YouTube live viewpoint, which is where Kat first inspired me long ago. She doesn't know it, even though I've told her a million times now, but that to getting started and thinking you have to have it all right, and just what I did is I went into everybody that I knew of on their YouTube channel, and I went back, and you can go in and it'll say latest or most popular or oldest. Go to oldest. Look up anybody that you admire, the biggest channels of all, any of them. Go and look up the oldest one. Go back and find their first live they ever did, their first video they ever did. And all of us, everybody was at the same place at one time or another. And it will give you the confidence. Oh, look at that. All of that. And soon you can be whatever you want to be. But we all started at the same place. Awkward, uncomfortable, going public, out, letting the whole world see us, which was devastating to me at first. But that's my suggestion. If anybody's interested in going live on YouTube, to go back and watch any of our very first live sales and for very first videos, and you'll see that we all started there, and none of us came out of the gate polished for sure. And I'm still not polished, so I'm still doing it this way, but you can find me at Steph Sells Stuff by the Seashore, mostly on YouTube. YouTube is my wonderful pride and joy. I love it. I love the interactions. I do get, we have a great community. I know everybody says this about their own YouTube channels and own YouTube communities, but I promise you, mine is the best. No, we are very, very, very wonderful people. Wonderful people. Nobody has to be shy about coming in and saying hi. You don't have to buy anything. You can just come in and hang out. And I say, like, I have a couple lines: save money, make friends, find treasures, that kind of thing. And I do late nights. You can come and hang out with me late in the night when everyone else is asleep. And I do have PayPal. I have eBay again. I just started kind of trying to get back into it. It's always off and on throughout my life. But I am starting to post a lot more on eBay now again, which is way easier than it used to be. And what else do I need to say? Just Kat, thank you. I don't think you know how much you actually inspired me. You were the one who gave me the kick in the butt. Literally, you gave me that little kick in the butt when you were like, just go make a channel, come back. You will have 200 people at least to come in, and then you can have a sale. 25 people show up, you got a sale. And I'm very grateful. It's really changed my life. And that's it. Thank you. I love everybody. Thank you. That's it. I love everybody. I hope I didn't forget to say something super important. But thank you.
All right. Here's Gino.
Wow. Okay. Steph, thank you, Marcia and Kat. It's always fun to come on this show. My channel is Gino's Finds. And what I do is I take you guys along on a ride along, and I go to Goodwills and once in a while an estate sale and some local thrift stores. And I show you what I buy, what I bought it for, and usually what it sells for if it sells quick enough. I put some animations and some humor into it. So I hope you guys come around and at least check me out. Okay, it's not as long as Steph's, but that's what I got to say.
Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you again, everybody. No, Steph,
mine's going to be longer now because Gino, you are downplaying your videos. Gino is amazing. His videos are highly entertaining.
Well, thank you, Steph. Thank you very much.
All right, Marcia, you're on.
Marcia has no sound.
Marcia, you're muted. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, I'm trying to multitask too much. Yeah, short and sweet. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, eBay, and I will see you guys hopefully soon again.
And make sure you guys click the hype button.
Click the hype button. That's what it is. Click the hype button. All right. Next week. Hold on. I just where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Okay. Silver Lining Life, who was asking the questions earlier, is going to come on with us next week. And then I'm having tons of new people. We're also going to have Zula Mercantile on next week. So we have 2 new people again next week. Hopefully Sonny will be back with us. If not, I'm sure I can find somebody to fill in. I appreciate you guys in the audience so much. Again, Gino, Marcia, thank you for coming last minute. Steph, I appreciate you coming on. And we will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye, guys.